Have you ever gotten to the end of the day, finally put the kids to bed, and just sat there in the quiet, feeling that awful wave of guilt wash over you? Guilt over yelling. Guilt over a threat you made. Guilt because you looked at your child's face and saw fear instead of love. You know you want to be a gentle, connected parent, but in that heated moment, you just lost control. If that's you, I want you to know you are not alone. And this video is for you. I'll never forget my rock bottom moment. I was at the grocery store with my son, who was about 3. He wanted the brightly colored, sugary cereal, and I said no. What followed was a full-blown, on the floor, kicking and screaming meltdown. My face got hot. I could feel everyone staring. I felt judged, embarrassed, and completely out of control, and I just snapped. Through gritted teeth, I grabbed his arm a little too tightly and hissed, "If you don't stop right now, we are leaving and there will be no cartoons for a week." The car ride home was silent. He was quiet and scared, and I felt like the worst dad on the planet. I didn't feel powerful. I felt like a bully. And I knew right then that something had to change. I wasn't just managing his behavior anymore. I had to manage my own. That moment sent me on a journey to figure out how to guide my children without crushing their spirit or my own. And today, I want to share the simple, 3-step mindful framework that changed everything for our family. It's not about being a perfect parent. It's about having a better plan for those imperfect moments. Okay, the first and most important shift is the pause. When your child does something that triggers you, spills the milk, hits their sibling, refuses to put on their shoes, your brain's alarm system goes off. Your instinct is to react instantly. The pause is your superpower. It's one deep breath. It's putting your hand on your heart. It's saying, "I need a moment," and walking into the next room for 10 seconds. This tiny space between their action and your reaction is where the magic happens. It stops you from being a reaction and allows you to become a response. Once you've paused, you can move to shift number 2, connect before you correct. Yelling and shame create disconnection. Our goal is the opposite. Connection means seeing the world from their perspective, just for a second. It sounds like this. So instead of saying something like, "Stop whining about the iPad," you might say, "It sounds like you're really sad and frustrated that screen time is over. I get it. It's hard to stop doing something fun. You are not agreeing with the behavior. You are validating the feeling behind the behavior. You're saying, 'I see you, a child who feels seen as a child who is more open to your guidance.'" And this is so powerful. If this idea of connecting first is something you want to try, let me know in the comments right now by typing "Connect First." It really helps to see how many of us are in this together. Loving what you see? Just smash that subscribe button. It is a super quick way to stay in the loop with all the cool stuff we've got coming your way. Plus, you'll be joining our awesome community, and we'd totally love to have you on this journey with us. So go for it. Subscribing really makes a difference. Okay, and that brings us to the final step. Shift number 3, problem solve together. This is the discipline part. After you've paused and connected, you calmly hold the boundary and empower your child to find a better solution. So, after you've said, "I see you're frustrated," you add the boundary and the question. For example, "And the rule is that screen time is over. What's our plan for what we can do now that's fun? Should we build with Legos or read a book?" For hitting, it might sound like this: "I see you're very angry at your sister. And the rule in our family is we don't hit. Hitting hurts. What's a safe way you can get your anger out? Should we go punch a pillow or roar like a lion?" You're holding the boundary firmly but respectfully, and you're teaching them a new skill instead of just punishing them for not having it. See the difference? Yelling and shaming are about controlling a child out of fear. This mindful approach is about teaching a child new skills with love. You're not just stopping a bad behavior. You're building their emotional intelligence, their problem-solving skills, and your long-term connection. You're moving from being a police officer to being a loving guide. Now I want to hear from you. What is the single biggest discipline challenge you're facing in your house right now? Share it in the comments below. There is no judgment here. This is a community, and I promise you, whatever it is, you are not alone. I read every single one. If this guide was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference and helps other parents who might be struggling to find it. And be sure to subscribe to Parenting Mindfully and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video, where we're going to tackle the age-old battle of the picky eater. Remember, you're not just raising a child, you're growing a person. Be kind to them, and please be kind to yourself along the way. See you next time.